Every workplace accident has a cause, but here's the problem. Most investigations stop at the wrong one. Someone says, the worker was careless. He wasn't wearing PPE. But is that really the root cause or just the surface? Today, you'll learn how to investigate accidents the right way and uncover the real root cause so it never happens again. Welcome to SC Safety Global Services, where we help you stay safe, informed, and aware. Accident investigation is the process of systematically examining an incident to find out what happened, how it happened, and why it happened. It's not about blaming people, it's about identifying failures in the system that allowed the accident to occur. A proper investigation focuses on three key questions. What exactly happened? How did it happen? And most importantly, why did it happen? Because if you only fix what happened and ignore why it happened, you're not preventing the accident, you're just delaying the next one. Most companies stop at immediate causes: slippery floor, no helmet, equipment failure. But these are only symptoms, not the disease. For example, a worker falls from height. Wrong conclusion: worker was not careful. Correct thinking: why was there no guardrail? Why was supervision weak? Why was the risk not identified? To investigate properly, you must understand three levels of causes. 1. Immediate causes, surface level. Unsafe acts, for example, not wearing PPE. Unsafe conditions, for example, wet floor. 2. Underlying causes, lack of training, poor supervision, inadequate maintenance. 3. Root causes, the real problem. Weak safety culture, poor management systems, no risk assessment process. How to find the root cause? Root causes are always system failures, not just human errors. Finding the root cause is where real accident prevention begins, and it requires a structured, evidence-based approach. First, secure the scene. Make sure no one else is at risk and preserve the area so evidence is not disturbed. If the scene is altered, your investigation is already compromised. Next, collect solid evidence. Take clear photos, inspect equipment, review permits, and speak to witnesses. Don't rely on assumptions, rely on facts. Cross-check statements against physical evidence to avoid bias. Then reconstruct the sequence of events. Understand exactly what happened before, during, and after the incident. This helps you identify where controls failed. Now comes the most critical step: ask why repeatedly. Use the 5 whys technique to drill down beyond surface causes. For example, a worker slips and falls. Why? The floor was wet. Why? Oil leaked from a machine. Why? The seal was damaged. Why? Maintenance wasn't carried out. Why? There was no maintenance schedule. At this point, you've moved from blaming the worker to identifying a system failure: poor maintenance management. Finally, validate your findings. Make sure your root cause is supported by evidence and not opinion. A true root cause will explain not just this incident but similar risks across the operation. Because if your investigation doesn't go deep enough to expose the system weakness, you haven't really found the root cause. You've just described the problem. Tools you can use to move from assumptions to defensible, evidence-based findings: you need structured investigation tools. These are the most effective ones used in professional HSE practice. 1. 5 whys technique. A simple but powerful method. You repeatedly ask why until you move past surface issues and reach a system failure. Best for quick investigations and straightforward incidents. Watch out for stopping too early or relying on opinions instead of evidence too. Fishbone diagram, Ishikawa. This tool helps you map all possible contributing factors. It typically breaks causes into categories like man, people, machine, equipment, method, procedures, material, environment, management. Best for complex incidents with multiple contributing factors. Strength gives a holistic view, not a single cause mindset. 3. Fault tree analysis, FTA. A more advanced, logical approach. You start with the accident and work backward using cause and effect logic, often in a diagram form. Best for high-risk industries, oil and gas, manufacturing, construction. Strength identifies multiple failure pathways, not just one root cause for. Timeline/event sequencing. This reconstructs the incident step by step. Helps you identify exactly where controls failed, useful for validating witness statements against actual events. If you found this video helpful, like and subscribe to SC Global Safety Services and share this with your team. It could save a life.